The QL, the Quadratus Lumborum, is the deep muscle of the lower back. It's often nicknamed the hip hiker because it actually hikes the hips from side to side. Many of us will struggle with a tight QL. Oftentimes the pelvis is tilted forward, and then generally one hip will be higher than the other. So usually the QL will be a little bit tighter on one side. It can be a challenging muscle to self-massage, but luckily we have a solution. We're going to use a ball today. I recommend a lacrosse ball. It has a little bit more pressure to it. And then a yoga block, and this is going to help you to elevate the ball into the lower back. Getting into this muscle can be a little bit tricky, so let me just show you the direction. We're going to start with the ball here on the outside. The area that we're working is in between the hip and the rib cage, so right in this area here, and it's a pretty thick, meaty muscle. I'll begin with the ball laterally, and what you'll see is that I'll roll my legs to the same side, and as I do that, the ball will start to press in medially. So we're working from the outside toward the spine. And the muscle is really large, so you probably won't miss it. And you'll notice some obvious trigger points in that area. So let's set up. You're going to keep your yoga brick nearby and go ahead and lie down on your mat. And what we'll do is begin by just bridging up. So the yoga brick is going to be under the lower back, and then we'll slide the ball in. So again, we're working from the outside toward the spine. So here we have the ball just in the small of the back, and then notice how I'm starting to work my legs in that same direction. Good. So it doesn't take long to feel the Quadratus Lumborum. And what we're thinking is that when doing these self-massages, that normal tissue, healthy tissue, should not be painful to compression. Of course, if you've ever had a massage, you know that oftentimes we have tight spots and it is a little painful to compression. So I wouldn't worry too much about it, but just know that that tight tissue is not normal, that you want to work it out. So as I'm working into the position, I can always add movement, and it might be interesting for you here to start moving that same side leg around. So I've got my right leg, and I'm just adding a little bit of movement through the area. Of course, I'm breathing. I'm thinking about the contracting and relaxing of the muscle. And it's almost like I'm trying to scratch that itch. I'm just trying to work into the area, trying to penetrate deeply into those muscle tissues. We're going to spend about 2 minutes per side. So as you smash into the area, and then gradually you'll release and come out. Once you're finished with the position, you're just going to take the brick and the ball away, come down between sides and rest.